everybody, and welcome back to the much-awaited next episode of Shards of Nyrn here on Dork Tales. Welcome back. I'm Kelly, your dungeon master for episode 100 and like 130 of this game. I'm very excited to be back. We've had a bunch of scheduling problems and things that have kept us from running, but tonight we're back, and all it took was the death of a god. Hey! It's the little things that bring us together, really. We have a great game tonight, but I think we should do a quick introduction around the circle. But because this is Shards of Nyrn, we're not wearing costumes, and we're doing this popcorn style, so I'm going to throw the ball to Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hi, that's me. Hi, how's it going?
Hey, what up? Who are you?
I'm doing okay. I
No,
am
who are
Amy,
you?
my pronouns are she, her, or they, them, and I am playing Tia Armstrong, the half-orc druid Circle of the Moon. And this is fine. I rang the luck bell. I'm sure everything will be fine today.
Yeah, everything will be fine. You know what else is fine? It's winter.
Hey, that's me. I was on mute. So I play Mars, the tiefling rogue with a little sprinkling of warlock. And yeah, I cannot remember much of what happened last time, so I hope that we get to do a bit of a recap.
We'll do a recap, don't worry. All right. Also, somebody who could do the recap for me is Robin. Hey, Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I am playing the incredibly emotionally traumatized Fadia Stardust, Astral Genasi Graviturgy Wizard of the group, who also uses she, her pronouns, and saved a city, but also fell into the trap.
It's a trap.
And lured a god out to be dead. So I'm very sad Omesh is dead.
I liked Omesh. He was a nice guy.
You did this.
I did this. And I'm also going to do something horrible to Christine. Hi, Christine.
Hello. You picked the best time because Teddy decided to start drinking right now.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Slurp, slurp, slurp.
Slurp, slurp, slurp. But hello, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns. And tonight I get to play Malia Sunsworn, our Dwarven Tempest Cleric of Vela.
Perfect. And joining the party last because of a work event, and also saying hello last, it's Kat.
Hey everybody, I'm Katrina. I use she, her pronouns, as does my girl, Asen. She is our half-elf ranger of the group. Super stoked to be back here. And curious to see what's going to happen.
Nice. All right. So, folks, if you are not accustomed to the Shards of Nyrn, let me give you the super quick rundown of what happened last episode. The characters fought a bunch of dragons. They killed a bunch of dragons, and Fadia held up a falling island. And did so with the help of the god of agriculture. But it was a trap, and the god of agriculture got gibbed? Eight. Got his head bit off by a dragon. So he dead now. And I am very sad about it, but life goes on, except for, Omesh. And we're going to be hopping into game to figure out what happened. Besides that, you all were about to be reunited with Farah and Garleon. And we'll see how that goes, as well as I try to remember what their voices work like, because it's been like 6 months. Besides that, though, I have to tell you about two amazing things. The first is that our sponsor, Bookwyrm Games, has a brand new, super cool thing that they are doing right now. They just launched a book. Not the book that I'm in, but a different book called Familiar Tales, using the Quill RPG system. It is a tabletop role-playing game about small creatures having big adventures. Its flavor and stories are inspired by Redwall, The Secret of Nim, Chronicles of Narnia, Charlotte's Web, and more. If you like those type of things, yeah.
So you're saying when we do the Oops All Familiars game eventually?
Oh, we can totally use that. Send me a copy, Michael, for Bookwyrm.
Yeah.
Right? So everybody go check it out. It's up on BackerKit right now. There will be a link down below if you are watching this on YouTube. But there's a link where you can sign up to be notified when it goes live. So definitely check it out. It looks really cute. It looks really cute. I don't know the Quill engine yet, but I'm willing to learn. So go and check it out. That as a personal favor to us. Besides that, I lied. There's actually 2 announcements because one is super quick. Osric's Histories of Heroism is now up on DM's Guild. Please go there right now and buy it and be our 3rd sale because we've sold 2 copies. Robin and I worked.
2?
We sold 2. I know. Robin and I worked really hard on it. So please help us get some of the money to buy things. But yeah, it's under the new stuff paid or panel on DM's Guild right now.
Buy it, rate it high, get us up on there.
And leave reviews.
We get into like leave reviews.
Yeah,
the most amazing supplement you've ever read in your entire life.
It's pretty good. I expanded it a lot today. I'm very tired because I worked on it all day. And then the last thing that I wanted to tell you is that this weekend we have a very special event called Keys from the Golden Vault. Every year we try to do a channel fundraiser to help our operations budget, usually around tax season, if that doesn't tell you a big driving force for that. So if you want to come and support us this weekend, even just by watching, that would be absolutely fantastic. The funds that we are gathering are going to go towards our art budget. They're going to go toward keeping our tech good and all sorts of great things. Maybe buying some coffee because I have an unfortunate addiction to the stuff. But we are going to be running through all 13 adventures from Keys from the Golden Vault. Starting on Friday and going until Sunday. And then we also have 2 games that are going to be running the following week on Thursday and Sunday because I couldn't fit 13 full-length games into one weekend and still sleep. So these games are going to be recording slightly out of order because we have DMs from all over the world coming to run it, and I let them pick what games they wanted to run rather than just assigning them. So come join us starting at 9 a.m. Pacific on Friday as Dead Aussie Gamer runs us through our first adventure, followed by Christine, and then Chris Ross and Chicken Charlie in that order. On Saturday, we've got a bunch more people, and on Sunday as well. Come see some of your Dork Tales favorites, as well as external friends of the channel, like Sarah from Pixies and Pins, like Vahid from Dice Legends, like, oh god, who else is running? We got so many good people running games. It's wild. I'm very excited about it, though, because I get to play in a bunch of games, and some of my characters are ones I've been dreaming of for a very long time. Come and enjoy. And if you can donate, that's awesome. There's going to be a Patreon push, as well as a sub drive and a donation drive. So I'm excited, and I hope you will enjoy it when it comes to Twitch or on YouTube. Hey, thank you, Brando. Brando just bought a copy. Now it is enshrined forever that Brando bought a copy.
Yay, thank y'all.
All right. And without further ado, does anybody have anything they want to mention before we head into game? Perfect.
You're awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think it is time for us to head in right now to the Shards of Nyrn. As we return to the scene, the last dragon that you were fighting falls before you. The immense shape of Valemar, its 5 islands fused together by ancient magics, crashes to the ground. And in front of it, in silhouette, you can see your friend, Fadia Stardust, dropping to her knees as the immense shape of the god Omesh collapses to the ground. Although Fadia managed to slow Valemar's descent, to call it a peaceful landing would be a vast oversimplification. Something of that mass striking the ground, no matter how fast, no matter how gently, is going to cause some trouble. The ground is going to tremble as millions of tons displace the natural ground around you. I would like everyone to make me a strength save, please.
I rolled a 9.
You make your way up to Fadia. The shock wave would knock her off her feet, as much as it knocks Mars down as well. Tia, you manage to catch her and hug her as Fadia collapses into you. The immense form of the god lies like a fallen tree beside you. What do you all do?
So Fadia had a very emotional scene at the end of last game. So she is still like crying into Tia and kind of reiterating like it was all her fault. It was a trap. She saved them, but this god is dead. And so Fadia's kind of just breaking down while Tia's hugging her.
And Tia's basically just doing her best to crush Fadia's soul back into her and kind of just looking at this dead god in stunned silence.
And that is the moment that the impact truly hits. The ground trembles, throwing you all to your knees, even those of you who succeeded. There is a plume of dust and debris that rises up. It pushes you, blinds you, and blots out the sun. What was a beautiful, if hazy, day before the battle is now plunged into shades of dusty red. The sun struggling to even pierce the false clouds. Is anyone doing anything in this moment, or should we skip ahead?
Let's maybe skip ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think Mali is standing in shock.
Aizen's probably just starting to come out because she was super far away.
Mm-hmm.
So she's probably just coming up on the group.
And you are very badly hurt, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she is ruined. She's probably like limping up using Radiance as support. She looks not good. Better than Omesh, but...
Can I get a perception roll from everyone? Actually, pardon that. Can I please get a nature roll from everyone?
Ooh.
I love how I'm a ranger, but my nature is so bad.
I did better on that one. I got 21.
21.
My dice are happy with me
I rolled
right
a
now.
6, so that's 9.
Hey,
22.
I rolled a
three.
9, so I
Oh
got
my-
10.
Oh my god. The ranger and
Me
the
too,
druid
baby.
failed this roll. And so did the cleric.
I
Meanwhile,
love us.
meanwhile,
Go the rogue and the wizard.
and the artificer.
Hell yeah, Catamus.
Catamus got it as well. You would have to be absolutely just not present at all to not notice this. But as the dust cover expands, you are going to hear a shriek that echoes as if from 1,000 mouths. And in fact, it does. As 1,000 crows, ravens, and other dark shapes take to the sky. A host of birds, so large that it looks like a writhing mass of shadow, even in the dimness, rises with a scream, moving away from the fallow fields that they were sampling before, and takes flight to the south. those of you who succeeded your nature rolls above a 15 are going to recognize that among them are other birds, non-scavengers. You're seeing robins, you're seeing swallows and starlings. You're seeing all manner of bird screech and fly together in an undulating mass of feather and terror.
In what direction did you say they were going in?
South.
They're
right?
headed south, yes. Away from here. And as you were looking up at that, the ground is going to tremble beside you. And the body of Omesh, his head spat out nearby by the dragon that decapitated him, is going to lie there like a discarded potato. But the body itself is going to tremble and shiver.
Ooh.
And you are going to watch its chest cave in as it begins to rot at accelerated pace, like a gourd succumbing to black mold. Dark, black tendril roots are going to reach out of the collapsed cavity in the center of the form and begin to finger around the ground at your feet, plunging themselves into the hard earth as if it were made of clotted cream.
I'm gonna take a couple steps back.
Sounds good. Anybody else doing anything?
If this is, well, this would be right near Fadia and Tia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Tia was actively looking at the body. So I figure she's gonna start trying to like hoist Fadia up and try and pull her away. Kind of gently, but like we gotta move.
Is there any sort of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like brooch, patch, anything on Omesh that is his symbol?
No, but his decapitated head is lying right there.
What am I gonna do with a head?
I don't know.
Oh god, I have actually had an idea of what to do with the head
Ew.
based on raw. It probably works now.
Ew.
Nope, I don't think I could do anything with it actually. Never mind.
I don't know.
Can we
I was
do
thinking
reincarnate?
fabricate.
On
No,
the
no,
head?
no, fabricate. I was thinking fabricate, but that just converts materials into another, like the same material. I was thinking flesh to stone. I don't have flesh to stone.
Just use mending.
Excuse me, mending.
Aeson, Mars, Malia, what are you doing? Tia struggles to try to scoop Fadia up. The rotting body of this god begins burrowing into the ground, and much like the plunging cavity of the center of its chest, you see the ground beneath it begin to slowly crumble away as a ravine begins to open.
Aeson will go up and do what she can to help with Fadia. Although, and actually, you know what? She's going to cure wounds on herself so she can actually help.
Cool. Cool.
So I couldn't decide if Malia would snap out of it or just continue just being absolutely dumbfounded, shocked. And the dice rolled a nat 1 for me, so
Oh,
she's
beautiful.
dumbfounded, shocked.
Okay, put it on the spreadsheet.
And she's not moving. She's just like, can't, I think.
I think Fadia's trying to reach and try and fight the freaking thing, the tendrils and roots trying to, as like Tia's pulling her away, Fadia's like, no.
Trying to
no,
fight
no.
the decay.
Yeah.
I got 20 on my hit points, so I'm up to 45 now.
Sounds
So-
good. Can you do me a favor and roll me percentiles real quick?
Yes.
Oh no, a dead god.
Yes,
You want-
absolutely.
You want high.
How about 95?
Perfect. The spell goes off without a hitch.
Woo!
Yay.
The dice landed at the exact moment that you said you want high, and I'm like, oh, thank God I'm using the actual percentage die, so that it was obvious.
Mars is just going to be like watching the birds and say, if the flock is into any indication, we should probably be getting out of here.
All right.
Cool. I think at this point Tia's gonna use her other wild shape that she hadn't used yet to be like, I don't know, a giant raven or a giant eagle or something like that, and is going to just, grab the allies and GTFO.
Can you talk to other animals and like understand them
Yes.
in that form?
She can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, do that.
Well, I mean, I don't know that yet because I failed my nature roll, so it's only once it's pointed out that she'll see that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good times, good times.
All right.
Yeah.
Is everyone going to allow themselves to be scooped? Malia, what are you doing? Are you just staring in stock or in
I think so. I think she's just kind of standing there, kind of just like loose, hammer down at her side in her hand, and just kind of staring, just like that can happen.
All right.
And yeah, she won't resist or anything like that. So she'll probably be a little startled. It might wake her up a little bit to be grabbed.
Tia, can you do me a favor and make me a wisdom save?
I can sure try. Nat 20!
Okay. You turn into exactly the animal you intend to. As you do, what are you turning into?
I was going for the largest beast with flying I could think of, which I think is a giant eagle?
Okay. Turning into a giant eagle, you swoop up your companions and carry them away as you watch the tendrils from the body begin to spread out. The ground looks like... Have you ever seen a pumpkin patch in November? The way that the vines reach out into rotted ground there. It looks like a briar patch that has become overgrown with mold. The ground is muddy and barren. As you fly away, and as all of you look back, you are going to see that the ground beneath you there was once lush and green, is now brown. And then it turns to mud, as even the most dehydrated sprigs of grass decompose into nothing. Where are you taking them, Tia?
Okay, so where did we end up landing in terms of where we are?
So right now, you are... in what way do you mean?
Because I know we were... Oh. I know that Fadia placed it down over there, like a ways. So we're pretty far from it, right? But we were
Yes.
kind of like we're in the middle of the continent, I think.
You are actually over, so let me just pull out a map of Toulouse and I'll be able to explain this to you. So looking at the map, you are closer to like Island Walk and the Causeway of the Gods than anything else. There is a vast forest. So basically you're at so if you're looking at Toulouse, and we're gonna go whoop. So there's the bridge between Toulouse and Argeny. It's like this kind of, right? So you are kind of like right here. Sargassio is down here. You are near the vast forest that in the future will become known as the Wildwood. Well, it's known that now, but it'll become the Wildlands in the next generation when all of the refugees of the animal people are going to settle down there. So Valemar is kind of like near the coast now.
Okay, so in terms of how far are we from the Three Sisters temple? Like
From
temples?
Three Sisters Temple, I would say
Because I
you're
remember that
probably
being
about a
near the
4-hour
causeway,
flight.
kind of. Well, if I remember vaguely where it is compared to this, like what, like just quick like assessment, that versus like Edagon's tower was closer.
Oh, it's Causeway, absolutely.
Then I'm going to the then we're going to go to the Three Sisters.
Okay. All right. Picking up your allies and flying off, you make your way. It's night by the time you arrive at Three Sisters, at the Causeway of the Gods and the Temples of the Three Sisters. You can see the Temple of Nyrn, hidden in shadow, the Temple of Soth, open air and majestic, and the Temple of Vela, glowing in spite of the night. The air is thick with dust even here, some 200 miles away, at least. The causeway is full. There are refugees here. Dozens upon dozens upon dozens of tent encampments set up on the central square between, well, it's more of a triangle, but you get what I mean by square, between the three temples. There are cook fires burning, and the air is thick with the dust from Valemar. Tia, you are absolutely exhausted. Where do you set down? Just in the center here?
Wherever there's a large enough open space. So, if open air, possibly if there's some space in the Temple of Soth, or
Sure.
just in the central courtyard area.
You can choose. You can either set down in the Temple of Soth or in the central courtyard area.
I think she'd be aiming for the central courtyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
A number of people turn and move away, letting out cries of surprise as this giant eagle lands. People scream and rush out of the way. And you can land.
Fairly sure that Tia's basically just going to land and then shift back into humanoid form, probably dropping her allies rather unceremoniously. And it's probably gonna just collapse because, you know, what the hell?
Thank you, Tia, for taking us.
I didn't really know where else to go.
Honestly, I think it's better than just staying where we were.
I hope that the armies are okay, though. The dragons sure managed to get out of there fast. Like the bad ones. Did I see? I thought I saw that bleeding black dragon and Farah at the end there before you took off.
Did you?
For a second. Maybe I'm wrong.
Since when could dragons kill gods?
I mean, isn't that the whole thing behind the Earth Scar? Like, wasn't there that
More
huge
along the
war
lines of-
between gods and dragons?
Well, yeah. But I guess, to be fair, most of what I know about that came from Farah, so...
Kelly,
Yes.
Can I make a roll with my knowledge of dragon education on that? Do I know anything about that?
Oh, your drag education? Yeah. Totally. Make me a roll.
What do you want me to roll for that? Arcana?
History. No,
History?
well, depends. Are you thinking about historical elements, or are you thinking about like the magical theory behind things? Let's go with history. That's probably better.
History, 17 plus 1, 18.
18?
Yeah.
So with an 18, yeah, I mean, that's what's been talked about for quite a while now, is that the gods, the previous pantheon was overran by the dragons. That's why that they, like, a huge portion of them were shunted out of reality.
She's going to kind of explain that as she goes.
It's also, you'll know that wounds bestowed by dragons heal much harder, even like for you guys. Dragon's breath heals. Dragon's breath almost always scars, even if magic is used. And out of character, if a dragon drops you into incap, you always roll with disadvantage on your death saves.
Oh.
Because dragons are incredibly deadly. They are one of the few things that can injure or kill gods. It's rather hard. Usually, for Omesh to have been destroyed, well, you know what? I will, with that knowledge that you impart to them, I'd let everybody make me a religion or arcana roll. And let's go DC 18, please.
My dice are fans of me tonight. 29 for Fadia. Arcana. Specifically
Perfect.
for you.
So
I got
I
it.
go Arcana. I get a 10 because I rolled a 4.
I love it. I love it. So as you, everybody who succeeded is going to realize that for such a thing to happen, like, it would take something with the power of like a great worm to go toe to toe with a god. Even then, it's not an easy fight. We're talking like if Kevin Hart could take the rock. Yeah, probably. If he had a knife, sure, why not? But it's not like you would want a few Kevin Harts, right? But for Omesh to be taken down like that, it must have been at a moment of weakness or a moment of distraction. To make that happen, it would have had to have been a very opportune moment. And apparently it was.
One might say, set up for the opportunity.
Maybe. Maybe. So what do you all do?
Well, eat something. Get
I
answers. Ask
think-
around.
Those are all very good things. I'm a fan of eat something first. We've all expended a huge amount of energy.
I feel fine.
You did also hold up an entire floating island.
I know. And a god brought me back to life, and in that moment, the
With
dragon ate him.
all the time we've been here, because we've landed,
Mm-hmm.
does this place look occupied?
Absolutely. Like I said, the central triangle square, the central mall between the three temples, is flooded with hundreds of refugees living out of tents.
Okay.
And they're all giving you space, kind of watching you warily, almost as if the dungeon master is desperately trying to remember the name of the priest that runs the Temple of Vela, who should be here. But it's not in his notes because he can't remember which. Because it goes straight from Azabek to... Oh, wait, hold on. Never mind. Got it right here. God damn it.
Courtyard? Is that the word you're looking for between all the temples? Courtyard?
Oh, I mean, mall works fine. A central mall.
Central Mall, yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it.
doesn't
I'm not
shop,
familiar, I'm
shopping
not
mall.
familiar with that term.
Well,
For
it's used a lot in like classical architecture. It's like the Central Mall in Washington D.C. It's not like a shopping
Okay.
mall. It's like where the Washington Monument is. Okay, is the
Asen might go see if she can find something for the party to eat while everyone's deciding what they're doing.
And as people are giving you space, you can see a procession headed your way from the Temple of Vela. Asen, you're off looking for some food. You can see that there are some vendors selling the equivalent of like rotatos, French fries, tubers, things like that. There are people putting meat on a spit in the center of this concourse or plaza, this courtyard, this... I'm just reading what Amy and Robin are putting in our private chat right now. I like running the Shards of Nyrn. I have to care less about getting it right on the first try. And as you are walking through there, you're going to hear cries of dismay. What the fuck? What is this? Someone vomits on the ground in front of you. Can I get a perception roll from you?
Yes. Me as a player has an idea of what's happening. Ooh. 22.
You watch as the people eating food around the food pavilion inside of this concourse become sickened. The smell of rot overtakes the air as you watch all of the fresh produce become molded and fungal and deteriorate in front of you. Every scrap of food that you see begins to rot.
Okay.
Oh, I could imagine
She's-
just like taking a bite of something and then it just like starts rotting in your mouth.
no, no.
I had to say it, sorry.
What do the rest of you do?
Oh. She's gonna return to the group with that realization that there's nothing. There's nothing.
A glowing torch of magic light hovers above a small procession of gold-robed individuals making their way down the causeway from the Temple of Vela. At the front of them, you'll see Kara Mistsplitter, the high priest of the Temple of Vela, his eyes still bound, covering his blindness. He looks tired. This is the one who anointed you as High Priestess, Malia. Well met, he calls out meekly. High Priestess, what news do you bring?
She'll just kind of look at him and glance around and then kind of just give a very subtle shake of her head to try and like be like, let's not say this out loud in front of a bunch of refugees.
Helena Cornwallis, the priestess of Vela who served under him, will turn and whisper in his ear, describing your actions, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Should you seek refuge, come with me. There are rooms at the temple. For all of you. And despite his blindness, he turns an eye toward Mars.
Thank you. Mars will just have to suck it up.
I will.
I
Inside
don't
of...
care as long as there's somewhere to sit down.
All right. The inside of the temple is comfortable. Vela has never been particularly against comfort. A lot of the central hub of the church is open air. You can see the sky very clearly through it, but the seats are plush. Donations to the temple are very common and very, very wealthy. Who wouldn't want a god of sun and sky to look favorably on them, after all? Inside of a waiting area, well, inside of the priest's private chambers, are plush couches. Soft and well-stitched. He tries to offer you some wine. But after a moment and a smell that I'd rather not repeat, it's decided that you should have water instead. The glasses of water are served out in front of you.
Yes. So what has become of you? What has happened? It has been some time since I've seen you here. It's almost 8 years since you became High Priestess.
Well, we got, trapped in a void, managed to get ourselves back out, ended up in the Underdark, and got ourselves back up here. Like 2 days ago.
I see. Well,
So, the war is relatively new to us.
it's taking a toll on all of us. What? The food, the drink, what is happening? I sense something has disturbed the natural order.
Amalia is just, I think, going to stutter a little bit. Clearly still, like, in shock of the whole idea. And, like, trying to get the words out is not easy. But she will explain what happened.
And I think while you're doing that, while Melly is giving that explanation, Tia is like watching Fadia like a hawk. I mean, like, as much as she can, while also being like collapsed on a couch, being like,
Yeah, you're gonna notice this entire time that Fadia is like very shut down, very quiet, and it's almost this aura of distorting gravity around her. Like she is trying to contain her magic and anger that she has right now, and she's just it feels very heavy around Fadia and just anger, and she's just like trying to keep it together. And she's just being very quiet near the back.
I see. Well, this is, I was wondering. We were being visited by a congregation of clerics to see what we could do with the wall before you arrived. Might I show you something disturbing?
I guess so.
What could be worse?
He will stand and will head over down the hallway. Malia, you recognize that he's taking you toward a large meeting room. And as he reaches it, he pushes open the door and the smell of rot and loam overtakes you.
We were having a meeting with clerics from all of the good gods. When suddenly, my good friend Iferitus, a cleric of Omesh, one of his high ones, cried out in pain.
He steps aside, and you will see an ancient, rotted skeleton sitting in one of the chairs, its jaw distended, hanging off of one side of the skull in a frozen scream. It is lying, leaning on its elbows, frozen in time, in a pile of dirt and rot, as if the flesh and clothing that it had been wearing aged 500 years or more in a single moment.
And that happened to him. I thought the worst, and apparently we have found the worst.
Has something like this happened to any other clerics in the last 8 years?
Not like this. Not like this at all. There were rumors that they were threatening to fight and kill. Other gods, but nothing. To think that they'd managed to kill God.
Everyone with a passive perception of 15 or higher is going to feel a flare of magical energy in the room, as a swirling vortex of fire appears beside you, and a figure will step through, dressed in a dress of flowing red armor, scaled mail sewn into a long, slit-legged dress, hair impossibly long braided up near a pair of golden horns. You see Faramina Hazal step through a gate, idly brushing a lock of hair behind her long, long ears. Not just one. There wasn't just one god.
Who else?
The reason they attacked Valemar, they were going after Kaylee.
It's good to see you again.
Wish it were under better circumstances.
Garlean and I were trying to stop the enemy forces from reaching her. But she decided to martyr herself to protect the rest of Valemar. It didn't work. The bastard still decided to bring the place down. If it hadn't been for... She looks over at Fadia. Shit's getting real. She looks nervously around the temple as she says that. Whatever, I'm older. Look. Do you... We could use your help.
What are you planning? She's not looking at Farah when she says it.
You need to send anyone, all clerics to Valemar. I was able to set it down, but there's no way that there wouldn't be injuries.
Actually, I think you pretty much managed it. They managed to get most of the people out or in stable places. We had good people working up top. Including some... Yeah, you'll see. But, we need you back. And I have a really crazy idea.
Wouldn't be the first one. What's up?
I mean... Anyway, magic's broken around his portents, right? Malia, you understand this better than probably any of us. Make me a religion check, Malia.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So, basically, anybody else who wants to make a religion roll can, but the premise of this is that gods prop up their domains. They act as natural balances.
Nat 20 for Fadia?
Nat 20. Okay, then this is all going to make sense. When a god dies, it is like pulling the stopper on a drain. Things get wild and crazy fast. Things destabilize. It's a violation of the natural order. It's one of the reasons that the world got so fucky after the Dragon War last time. So...
Magic tends to go weird once a god dies, yes?
So... So we stabilize him. Or it.
How?
Who?
This is
Omish?
before... Sort of. I mean... if we could maybe do something along with one of his divine purviews, maybe it could stem the tide a little bit.
What do you have in mind?
One sec. I need my other book. Just realized I didn't have a name. One sec. Ah! Nope, that's Rain. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Going back to season 2. One sec.
It's fine. I'm trying to look through I found my Jeroen character sheet because Amy asked a question, but I don't have my notes about which god he fucking follows.
He follows Kaylee.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
This is fine.
This is fine.
Here's a part.
Did they get her? You said they tried to go after Kaylee.
Yeah, they got her. She's gone. Which means it's probably one of the last ones of the old guard, except for, I guess, the orphan. Technically. At least she has so few followers and so few clerics and so little magical energy that we probably haven't felt the shockwaves from it. I mean, she was kind of a god in name alone at the end, at least. No offense. But I'm
Pretty sure she had at least one follower.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how he's doing, but I'm thinking Islinor. The city of elves. The old one in the Feywild. Where Lady Marine is.
Right.
That's been a while.
Longer for me than you, dumbass.
That's true.
But there was a god fount waiting to erupt there from Traelion's death. Maybe...
That's true.
I don't know.
Is there something we can do with it?
You think we might be able to direct it?
Well, I mean, he's a god of agriculture. Why don't we,
Go plant something?
We recovered the head.
Oh.
You want to plant his head?
Do you got a better idea?
Honestly, no.
Worth a
Do we have a
shot.
door to the Feywild?
No, that would be the
Right.
hard part.
I can do it.
Well, you can do just everything, can't you?
I'll go
You do-
with you.
I can take us all. I have those uses of gate from the deck of many things.
You coming with us, or are we doing this one on our own?
I don't know. But we should probably check in back at base camp. Things are pretty bad over there, and I can't leave everything to... One moment, please. Okay. Anybody who likes to can make an insight check.
Yep. That's going to be a natural 20 from me, Kelly, plus 3, 23.
She is upset and trying to hide it, but she only got a
10.
19. Okay. She is
21.
fine. 21, Mars. She's trying to hide something.
29.
15.
Okay. So
What's
Tia
that?
and...
We know you better than that.
You didn't have to kill them. You could have stopped them without killing them. I get it. Look, I get it. I fought them too.
Where were you?
I was up trying to save Kaylee. I can only be so many places at once. I have been doing this for 7 years without you.
We got trapped in a void for 7 years.
Because of your boyfriend.
We weren't here because of Garleon.
Husband.
We got trapped in that void,
Husband?
unable to do anything. We got dumped into this. We are still learning what is happening here.
I don't even
Don't
know
act
what
like-
happened at the...
Well, don't act like I have been trying and working hard, okay? I know you haven't been here, but I'm the only one that has, and I've been trying to do all the heavy lifting, and it's been really hard, okay?
Is this a war? If it is, when you're on the other side, people die.
Yeah.
Because if we just stop them and walk away, they come back and attack again.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just saying that when we get back, he is taking it harder. He was
I
so
mean-
happy when he heard you were back.
We don't even need to go back. We can just go straight to the Feywild from here.
Well, we kind of need the head. I didn't bring it with me. I'm not about to take it through like a teleportation circle into Temple of Vela. You never know what's going to happen. Right now, I've left it with the only people that I can really trust to mine something like that.
How big of a problem is it going to be when he sees us? I mean, how much is his anger going to get in the way of our being able to work together?
I'm just saying, be careful, okay? Don't fly off the handle. Don't act like idiots. And she's going to pointedly look at Aeson on that one. And yeah, I get that it's a war, but we've been trying to keep it civil, I guess.
So they can kill gods and we can't kill them?
There's
That's not
also the
civil.
fallout of killing a single god. People are going to starve to death.
Which is why we're going to stomp it. We're going to go plant the head. We're going to fix it. And then we'll figure out what to do next. We have to figure out their next move. And we have to figure out who they're working with.
Who is... Okay. Can you
What
just
happened
really
after
clearly indicate...
your husband freed them all?
Released them all
And who's the they?
on the world.
Exactly.
I mean, you're acting like all of... Not all of them are...
Obviously not all of them are doing this. We know that. We know you. We know Garleon. We know Parlages. We know how many amazing dragons there are. You don't need to remind us of that. But we just watched the most massive creature I have ever seen in my life take down an entire floating continent.
Yeah.
And
That
then
was
came
not
and
the actions
decapitated a god in
of-
front of me.
not. It's like
That was Vendantis.
It's like people too. There's good people, there's bad people.
Well, Vendantis is not a good person. He's insane. And unfortunately, he was one of the ones that were released with everyone else. He's one of the last Great Worms. It's me, and it's Garleon, and it's Vendantis. And as far as I know, that's it. You took care of Fizoril and Agantis. You killed them. So I guess we don't have to worry about them anymore, at least. So, I mean, that's something. Deandrir is still around, a Moonstone Dragon. And that other one.
Which other one?
Cat, you might recognize that everybody... remember in the middle of the fight last episode where you brought down Fazoril the Crystal Dragon? Only for him to be resurrected as an undead creature when that little strange dragon person, showed up, touched it, and raised a Dragalich out of nothing.
That was that Aryagane or Arugane or
Argantis?
Arugane? Argantis. Is that what you
I
said?
have Aragaim, the undead.
Yeah, Aragane, the undead.
Aragaim.
I'm remembering this now.
Yeah, I just remembered this.
Oh, I was like, oof, because I think I killed it twice, right?
You
Yeah.
did. You
Did I?
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a note here that says, "Who is the androgynous purple dragon man with the purple dragon person with the purple braids?" That person was
Okay.
did not have their name revealed, but
Mm.
looking at that, you will go, "Huh." And first person to do so, roll me deep percentiles.
Okay.
So who was
95.
Aragane.
So it was Agantis is who you killed. There's someone else pulling the strings, but we don't know anything about him. And his followers or the people that he's controlling aren't talking. Or they. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl or something else.
Do you have any idea about them?
Whatever they are, they're not entirely dragon.
Because we did see something else on our battlefield as well. There's a little purple.
Yeah, that's the
Person?
one. There's something weird. Like, weird about that one. She gestures to the ground.
Infernal?
Yeah, or abyssal, or limbotic. I don't know. People were freaky back in the day. I think maybe mommy or daddy was something from the pit. You know, demon dragons. Yay! Anyway. I don't want to fight with you. I want to fight with you.
So, well, let's go.
I just figure you might need to rest or something like that, because you guys are pretty, you know, you're
kind of
Yeah,
old.
We're
actually,
no-
we should probably do that here
we're no great
instead of
worms.
there. I don't think
Hey, I keep it
They'll-
tight.
Clearly.
Okay.
if
Yeah.
Garland probably doesn't want to play host to us right now, so if we can keep our business there brief. Well, it was a stopover on the way to the Feywild. That's probably a better idea.
But we got to go get the head, and then we can head out.
Why don't you grab the head and come back?
I kind of agree with the whole idea of not doing magic circles with a godhead.
The
I'm
less
going to be doing a magic circle with a godhead.
Yeah, once. The less times we do it, the
Once.
better.
It's probably not stable, whatever magic is left in it. I don't know how this works, but that's what I would guess. Like, fewer times it has to transport, the less chance it has of just dissipating. Is that something that can happen?
Maybe. Shit's fucked, yo.
Eh.
I just need to do a bit of healing before we go anywhere. I got messed up pretty bad.
Do you think this can wait for us to get a proper sleep? And
Yeah, sure. Sleep here if you want. I've got to get back, but... It's good to see you again.
yeah.
And what happened
Jason's
was...
gonna turn and walk away.
It wasn't our fault.
It just, yeah, give her some time. It's not, I don't think that's exactly all of it.
It wasn't our fault.
I know.
He didn't offer...
It certainly looked like we were traded. It really felt like that. And you've lost, you've had to fight for 8 years, but you don't know what we had to do to get out of there either.
I'm not trying to play the suffering Olympics with you. I'm just saying...
Aizen's actually, she's just gonna like go around the corner and just kind of lean against the wall. So she's still in earshot. She just doesn't want to be right there.
She holds up a glass to the door.
So she's just kind of like around the corner, but she's still listening to the conversation.
Look, how did the fight end before we disappeared? We never did get a chance to find the outcome of all that. And I have a sneaking suspicion that the Nebrian Order probably still wants their money.
They got paid.
Oh.
Sort
Who
of.
do I owe?
No, when they ransacked the temple and the city and took everything that wasn't nailed down as payment. I think you might be in the clear. But we won. White Hand died. A lot of people died. They're fine. Your parents are fine. Now. Their squadron, they're fine now.
Do they think we're dead?
Your dad's not don't think so. They both seem pretty hopeful. They're still working with us. Pretty much
Okay.
everybody is. We even got Malia's sister. The only one who's not is Edagon. He's kind of holed up, but I'm gonna go back to the camp. Make sure people there are okay.
Let them know that we're back, I guess, if it hasn't already spread out that far.
Do you want me to check on your boyfriend? Since Valemar's in the neighborhood?
Yeah. I think you should just see if he's alive.
Okay.
He's
Which-
not actually my boyfriend.
Yeah, I was gonna ask which one should I check on? Because I could also send a message to Madacat and see if you're... Or,
No, just-
Oh, I don't know
he's
where...
good people, so if you can just make sure he's okay.
Okay, slut.
Jarund. Can you come here for a sec? Just bring it in.
Okay. Then she will go up and
Tia's gonna give her a large hug.
she will
And
give
kind
you
of just
back...
do like the forehead on the shoulder, kind of like.
I missed you guys. Also, my boobs are starting to come in. Check it out. Bonk, bonk.
Oh, good for you.
I'm pretty stoked about it, you know. The world's ending, but I got one good thing going for me.
Yeah, I think.
To be or not to be.
What, are you pregnant?
What? No, I just got my... You're coming into a joke way later than everybody else, so just roll with it, okay, lady?
Oh,
Fadia's gonna get up and leave, and you're just gonna suddenly hear things like start to just like collapse in outside on like dirt and stuff. We're just gonna hear like earth moving as she lets out gravity wells.
I'm going to
and
go
that's my wife.
Yep.
Mally is gonna kind of aside to Farah, like sideways. I'm pretty sure it's platonic.
What are you trying to do? Get her citizenship or something? I didn't even think that you... I guess I kind of knew
Magic?
that you did, but... Like when you're together?
No, like we got married because of magic.
Oh. You're supposed to do that in Mirage.
I'm not sure how legally binding it is, but magic sure thought it was.
And Magic's
So-
not some stripper you met in the void?
No, but now I'd expect that to be something.
Probably. Well, congratulations on the
I'll let
scissoring.
you know if I ever. Less than you'd think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think she's gotten more action than I have. You know, in the last bit.
Oh, honey, she's cheating on you?
I think she forgot.
Oh.
Yeah. I sort of forgot when we were talking about Jarund, so this is great.
That's okay. Jeroen can do your annulment, maybe. Mars? Are you
Hey,
super...
baby girl.
Maybe go after her. Good to see you. And Tia's gonna go follow after Fadia.
Farah will go and try to hug Mars.
She'll hug her.
See? Like, I don't know. Better. I don't know. I'm
It's
trying
getting
to...
there.
Yeah.
This is a really tough predicament.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Malia? Is that a ring? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Who? Is it Tia?
No.
Wait. She met Cadmus, right?
I'm literally right here. It was me. I done the deed. I thought you were like a eunuch or something. A eunuch? I'll have you know that my bits and bobs are in working order. I'm all nuts and bolts down there. And a tallywhacker. A what? A wiener. Ah. Bolts? I think you get what I mean. So long as she does, congratulations.
Thank you.
Have you planned the bachelorette party? Because I didn't get to have a bachelorette party. We kind of got like, it was kind of like it was a thing, but like,
Not really. God just died in that, and it kind of all.
yeah, that just kind of put a damper on things. But it
Um,
wasn't your god, at least, right? So, what are you thinking for? How long are you pregnant? Is this a shotgun wedding?
Why is
Ellie's
everyone
gonna
asking
lean
if
in.
each other's pregnant?
I don't know. She started me off on it.
Well, you talked about bigger boobs. I'm assuming that's why. That happens.
That's not a no.
It's look.
I don't know. Do darlings get pregnant or do lay eggs or something? Like
We lay
I
eggs,
don't know
but
how
like
it works.
this is look. I haven't molted. Okay, I'm in this. Like I'm stuck in.
Mally's gonna grab her real quick and be like, wait.
What?
Alright.
I'm gonna drag her off to the side and just address the earlier comment before she saw the ring. And just, I can't think of how to phrase it right now, but basically, look, I don't blame you for it. You didn't know what was gonna happen. It didn't seem like he knew what was gonna happen. Fucking sucked. But also, I'm not leaving live enemies behind me. I'm really sorry, but I'm just not doing it. But I understand. But it doesn't work in war.
I just think that before now, most of the actual killing was done by ground troops. I think whatever you guys did, I'm not saying it was wrong, but I think it's escalated the war into something bigger.
I don't know that it could have been avoided, but
I
we
know.
also really didn't know what we got into. Because we literally dropped out of whatever that void was into a battle.
None of us did.
So,
I get it. It's just that he's taking this all on himself. And I'm trying, but
I think your lad might need to get over himself once in a while.
uh-huh. Tell
Little
that to a
too,
red dragon.
Little too, I don't know, what's the storybook hero? Everything's my fault.
Well, to be fair, he did rescue the people from the void with our help, and then a couple of them revolted and tried to take punishment on a world that wronged them. I mean, who could have saw that
I
coming?
mean, that's true, but also the whole thing wasn't he kind of like you in that he was a sealed away young one to be protected? Got loose and had to figure out how to get family back? It's basically what you're doing, right? Didn't exactly know how any of the olders were, or
She's
how
gonna-
insane they went.
She's gonna grab the side of your bicep, like right at the top of the shoulder there. I got my family back.
She's gonna completely misinterpret. That's good.
You jackass! Oh my god, how can you be this wise and this stupid at the same time?
You're a bloody teenager is what you are.
I'm not a teenager, I'm a young adult, okay? I am...
Potato, potato?
Potato. You don't even... God,
You have
did
a
see-
closet full of clothes still in our flying ship. I feel like that's a teenager leaving clothes at home.
You don't even know where the ship is!
I mean, you still left them
Well, yeah,
and kind of went off in a temper tantrum after your boyfriend.
Husband.
Now, but not
Well-
then.
Oh my god.
She's grinning as she just gives Farrah a shit.
Yes, Malia, go! Love it!
And we weren't even invited to the wedding.
You were invited. You know how many times I tried to cast message or sending? Sending's supposed to work on any plane of
Did
existence.
you at least take a magic eye of it?
Yeah, I actually I got Maximilian to record the entire thing, but it was nice.
We also didn't get
Like-
to threaten him.
You can still threaten
That's
him.
a family job.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that all of you have already threatened him at least once.
Yeah, but not specifically for him marrying you. I feel kind of cheated.
Why did Tia marry you too?
Wrong term, but no. I've got standards. They're low, but still standards.
It's true. Although you gotta admit, the shape-shifting might come in handy.
I don't think Fadia's thought of that.
Shame. I'm gonna head back. Try to put some ice down Asen's pants or something.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah. I just... Anyway. Make me an insight check.
That's a 27.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a PM. But she's going to pause for a second, give your arm a squeeze, and then is going to pull out a scroll and cast teleportation. See you soon.
Malia's gonna squinty-eyed her as she does that.
What are you all doing?
Once she teleports out, anyone still in the room will probably hear the sound of Asen like dropping to the floor, and she just starts crying. Like just around the
no.
corner.
Oh, Asen. I'm gonna go check on
Um,
Asen.
And she's gonna just try and make her way to a bed, a bench, the floor. She doesn't care.
I'll bring you some sort of blanket that I can find.
But yeah, just as soon as she leaves, you hear it.
Oh. I'll just kind of
And
like rub her back and just be like,
Yeah. If
No.
Mars comes up to her, then she's just gonna kind of cry into her
"Oh,
until she
baby
stops.
girl. Ah!"
She there's a lot of emotions flowing out of her right now, and she
I'm
has no
feeling
clue
that.
what she's doing.
Oh, honey.
Oh.
Let's rest. Let's rest.
She's just gonna nod.
Yeah. Shh. Horse whispers.
You go to bed, hungry. And you awaken just as hungry the next day. Most of the food that's here is not fit for consumption. Your rations aren't either. There are a couple of things that you can eat the next day. Aside from the freshly harvested wine, it looks like wine that's been sacramented by Basir, as well as grapes grown in her honor, still are edible. Beer, barley, wheat, and bread, baked by the Church of Brig, still holds enough nutrition to fight off the immediacy. But anything fresh, anything recently grown, is a waste.
Kelly,
Yes,
what about any meats?
that's a crapshoot.
I was about to ask anything not
'Cause that
agriculture, but
shouldn't
like
be
hunting.
agriculture, right?
But there wouldn't be enough, I guess, for a large population.
Hmm.
Because that sort of processing, I would think, would fall into the agriculture
Yeah,
side.
it would.
But
Ranching
if
and
someone went and
agriculture.
hunted for themselves, they could probably be okay for like that one, maybe.
So long as the animals didn't eat anything that would poison them, yeah.
I mean, if it that would probably fall more under soft.
Yep, that's true. Soph or some of the deities that are very hunter themed, which there are a few. But still, most of what is served is very, very limiting. It can't go on like this for long. The next day, what do you do? As the chat says, fish might be a good option, actually. Fish is probably safe. I think fish and ocean things are the only things that are probably safe. Sea kelp is probably fine. Anara is doing very well. The people of Anara eat seaweed like crazy.
Does it overlap at all because you can cultivate it?
I think that Dempsey's and Soph are enough of an insulator because you have two gods of the ocean.
Nice.
This is the problem with domains bumping up against each other, right?
Because you
Like-
can kelp farm.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
totally can.
The
And you
kelp
can fish
farms
farm.
might be failing, but
I was gonna say
like,
you can fish farm too, but what farming means? To the
Yeah.
gods.
So, are we
off to the Feywilds.
are we
now, I
off
guess.
to the camp before the Feywilds then?
I think so.
Goody.
I mean, it'll probably be our last sort of break from war before we get fully pulled into all this shit. Not that's really a break, but you know
Or
what
we
I mean,
just
right?
stay in the Feywilds.
And then it'll be 5 years.
Exactly. We just stay there. And just don't come back.
We're not letting them kill more
You're being
gods.
way more fatalistic than usual, Asen.
Alright. Yeah. Let's get out of here. Let's
We're not gonna
go.
let them kill more gods. We're not. We're not.
Let's go plant the god that we have.
See what happens.
As that might be the one of the weirdest sentences I've ever said. But how do we get there? To the camp, I mean.
You know what we're gonna say? We're gonna say that as she was leaving, Farah would have given another teleportation scroll to Malia, just in case.
I'll say, Faded does not want to waste plane shift on this shit.
Yeah.
Or gate. She's not using either of those.
I was thinking that the whole time, like, wait, how are we gonna get there?
I figured Fair would have come back and grabbed us the next day. We've been like, okay, it's been 8 hours. Let's go get them, pick them up from school.
Mm-hmm. No, that she's gonna give
I do
you
sort
that.
of think it'd be funny if you're like, wait, how did we get there? And then Ferris suddenly comes through and was like, so I forgot to leave this.
Whoops. Sorry, guys.
We'll just say it was like on a table or something. She's like, here you go. There was a something good happens for this game. I'll just put that in there. There you go.
Fair.
Nice and easy. Farah.
Mm.
All right.
Oh.
Oh. All right. So, teleporting back. Any last things to do with the Causeway of the Gods?
I do.
Okay.
I want to talk to Fadia, so I'm gonna like pull her aside, and be like, "Can I talk to you for a second privately?"
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. So, Kelly, I'm so sorry. I forgot my boy's name.
Viceland?
Viceland.
Iceland. Okay. it's been 6 months. It's been 6
That's
months.
fair.
The boy has art
So-
now. No, there's no excuse.
Iceland. I was trying to think of it. I knew it was like a V, and then I was looking it up.
He's
I'm
got
like,
a
I can't
vicious
find
V.
it. Anyways.
Did you just drool?
No. No. No.
Why are you lying?
Yeah.
No. You're lying.
You're lying. I'm not.
Anyways. So I'm pretty sure it was Fadia that she wanted to talk to. So she'll be like, you know that magic that you can do, the sending? How does that work?
I just think of the person. Hold on, let me open my spell book because Fada actually has a spell book.
She can do
this
that, right?
works.
She can do
This
that.
Wow, she's
works.
got it on
I
a
do have a
tablet
spell
now.
book. Oh,
The spellbook app is actually really useful.
yeah, it's really good. She's like, I just take this short piece of wire and I kind of whisper the message into it. And it should go to other planes.
Does it take a lot out of you, or would it be much to ask a favor?
I was kind of thinking about sending a message to your sexy winged man.
Why were you gonna message him, bitch? No, just kidding.
I'm wondering if they got out. I was just thinking about
I
I think she did. I think she did. I'm spending a hurt them more to say that you actually make that joke.
Be like,
You know,
were
Faye's gonna be like, I was thinking of, well, I don't really know Dempsey's as well. I kind of knew Vicen a little bit better, but I kind of just remembered last night that we left them in hell 8 years ago, so I was also kind of thinking that we should probably check in on them. So yeah, I can send you a message. I can send a message to your boy. What do you want to say?
I just want to know that he's alive, that he got out. We don't even know. Like, somehow give us a sign or something.
I mean, he can respond if he can hear me. If he gets the message, he can respond. Up to 25 words. So you have 25 words if you want to want me to say anything.
Man, how do you even begin that? There's so much I want to say. But maybe if you can condense it, let them know where we're going. To let us know that he's here and that we were back. And maybe if you can fit it in there that I miss him so much. Please.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Fade is going to take the copper wire and start sending to Vicen.
Okay. And what do you say?
It's going to be...
We're alive.
Fadia here was trapped void. You out hells. We're in Telizia. Going Feywild. Then gonna kick dragon butt.
6 left.
Mars really. Yeah, 6 left.
You got
Mars
4 left
really misses you. Lots. Kisses. If it's on another plane, do you want me to roll a d20?
Yes, I would.
Okay. There's a 5% chance it'll fail, unless Kelly's doing other magic stuff. But according to the spell, it's a 5% chance.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, I rolled a 15.
Okay, that's not a 5. It's not 5%, so there we go. There will be a momentary pause. And then a spectral, echoing voice will whisper in your ear. Mars? Fadia? Thank the goddess. I thought that she told me you were still alive. I'll be back soon. We're alive. Me too. So much. Sorry, Fadia. Awkward.
You got 2 more words. Vicen can use 2 more if he wants.
Dempsey's look.
Fadia will relay that.
I owe you a big one, girl. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and Fadia is gonna hug Mars. We should probably go tell the rest of them.
Yes! Let's go.
Random dog is walking through the temple.
Nice.
Tempo Doge.
Temple dog.
Photos.
All right.
All right.
Heading back to where people are having their morning sacrificial gruel or sacramental gruel. Either same idea.
Mars, you wanna share something with the class?
Guys.
Yeah, what?
Dempsey's and Bison are alive.
Cool.
They're out there. Can you tell where the message was coming from, or is that like if it's from a different plane, does it feel weird to you or something? Like, how does that even work?
It doesn't say anything about that. If Kelly wants to,
You make me an Arcana roll to see if you can kind of like determine feedback.
Like,
okay.
he didn't mention not being in hell still.
Yeah, no, I
Didn't
realize that.
mention-
My
Yeah.
dice have decided to come for me now. That's a
No.
1 on my Arcana.
Maybe he went to the void after you to go check and see, like, check on you, and then you have no idea.
No, I have no idea. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell where it was coming from. I couldn't hear like fire and brimstone and screams in the background or hear waves crashing or anything.
But they're
Sorry.
alive.
Yeah, they're alive. I guess maybe we can ask around the temple if they've heard words of Dempsey's.
They'd probably be.
I mean, this is
Actu-
a temple of Vela.
Yeah, that's real smart. Yeah, that's real smart.
One of them might be able to help locate Viceland.
Or just know anything.
Malia, who here would be the best to talk to who might know whereabouts of various people of Vela?
I don't really know anybody here besides like the head priest.
Oh.
I showed
Okay.
up, got ordained, like higher and left.
Hmm.
They're all really nice. We can probably find out.
Mm.
I just think I can't go by myself and ask because
Fair.
That's fair.
You know, I
So
should
what are
probably
they
make a
going to do when they find
pit
out then?
stop at the Temple of Soph real quick. Just to,
yeah.
say thanks for...
Thanks for all the fish.
Yeah!
We'll say so long and thanks for all the fish to Soph.
Let's
But,
do it.
More formally.
Yes.
So that I don't get haunted by deers with too many eyes.
Just the right amount of eyes.
2, right?
Yeah.
That's the amount of eyes?
I mean, we are going to the Feywilds.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be other things with multiple eyes.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the Temple of Soph and ask them to make sure to just limit the number of eyes on things that should only have 2 eyes for our Feywild adventure. Be back in a moment. And he's gonna go off and do that, like real quick. Honestly, just in and out to the Temple of Soph and just
Nice. So, you head to the Temple of Soph. What's the plan?
I mean, she's honestly just going in and very much gonna like light a candle or whatever it is you do at a Temple of Soph and sit under something in a tree, or I don't know, everything's dying, but probably might be protected a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
For
the
this.
glade of
And-
Soph is absolutely still
Cool.
protected.
Cool. Yeah. So she's just gonna go do that and is going to quietly, kind of like to herself, utter a small prayer to Soph, very, very gently and beseechingly requesting that things not be freaky.
Make me a
Because she
religion
remembers
check.
last time in the Feywild of all of the deer with way too many eyes all over it.
Make me a religion roll.
Nat 20, thank fuck. Oh god.
The clearing feels completely devoid of divine presence while you're there, aside from the clinging life on the trees and plants. But as you usher your prayer, you can see a single starling lands on a branch in front of you, picks at a bit of fruit growing from the tip of the tree's branch, a little berry that has clung on in spite of itself. It looks at you, pauses as it inspects you. Tweets, chirps, and then its little black eyes slit like a snake's, and it says, "Hurry," and then takes flight.
Okay, well that's ominous. Okay. Right. And Tia's going to mumble that to herself and is going to very quickly get back out of there and go find the rest of her allies.
All right. Was anybody else doing anything back in the temple? You were looking around for people?
Real quick, Fadia. We'll probably leave the looking around for Malia and Mars to go do, but Fadia's gonna go outside to a patch of dirt and actually try and say a prayer to Omesh.
Give me a religion check, please.
And basically thank Omesh for the sacrifice and apologize and wish that well. I'm gonna spend my inspiration for the game to reroll the 8.
Please do.
Oh, that's better. 22.
There is no response. How could there be? But as you cup your hands in the soil and make your prayer, at least you feel that you didn't left anything in your heart unsaid. And sometimes that's the best that you can ask for in situations like this. That you don't stumble over words, that you empty your heart, so that you can move on and prepare to do what must be done. And as you are doing that, you're going to see Tia rushing back from the southernmost shrine, the one to Soph. We're going to cut to Mars and Malia. Were you going around trying to ask a little bit inside of the temple? Or were you just getting ready to go? Okay. Both of you
Malia
can...
will just quickly like ask if anybody know what's happened to Viceland.
Basically, he hasn't been seen. They know from missives that they've received from Vela that he still is alive, and they have hope that he'll return soon. But they could really use Vela's right hand right about now.
Alright. Well, good news. We did get him on a message. It sounds like. He got through. And hopefully he's not in hell. But he's doing well. It sounds like. He's
Praise
alive.
the goddess. By Vela's light, he shall be returned.
So, cool. We don't know where he is, Mars, but he was alive. That's the important part.
Can I learn that spell?
And he likes you, so. At least according to Fadia. So.
You'll have to. You were trying to learn sending?
Can I? Can I learn sending?
What level of spell is sending? Is it second?
Hard.
Oof.
Let me check. It is not on the Warlock spell list, unfortunately.
It is for the great old one.
Oh, but she's not great old one.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
So you'll have to keep like playing telephone with your friend.
Okay.
So, it is obtainable through a dragon mark, the mark of scribing.
Oh,
Which is a
okay.
feat.
Then just ask Farah to scribe it on you.
Yeah.
Be like, I need a booty call line, Farah. Help a sister out.
Bruh.
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 Help
Farah
a
can do dragon
sister out.
marks.
Mm.
She can now, anyway. It's been 7 years. So as you gather up your things and head outside, you can see Fadia in the courtyard making a prayer, finishing up, and all of you are going to see Tia rushing forward. Tia, rushing
Did
up
it
to your
go well?
friends.
We need to get a move on. Like now.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's get out of here.
Okay.
All right. Casting teleport, I need you just to do me a favor and roll me percentiles. Fadia.
Okay.
Basically, you have roll above a 10 for it to work perfectly.
$48.
There is a swirl of energy, and you will find yourself in. Why is it not formatted correctly? One sec. Burp, burp, burp. One sec. Burp. Man, I did everything right, and then it didn't work. Phew. Copy filters. Paste filters. There we go. There is a pulling sensation. A pinch. And then you feel yourselves hurled across the distance. And then you are back on the battlefield. Except you are not. The sky is not yet cleared. There is darkness all around you. You can see the tent encampment nearby. You can see a wall of flame rising. And you can hear a dark, feminine voice echo over the plains.
What makes you think I would let you keep my father's head? What would make you think you are worthy to keep a trophy of a murder most delicious?
Can I get a religion check from everyone here?
Oh, I think Robin knows who this might be. I think Robin has an idea.
22.
I don't. I got a.
22?
I got a. No, that's not a 6.
Ooh,
I got a
dirty
10.
20.
24.
22.
Beatrice and Omesh had 2 children. The god of peace, who was strangled in his crib by his sister, Hisk, the goddess of murder. The poisoned blade. And now you hear the voice of an angry goddess that stands between you and what remains of Omesh. What do you do?
Okay.
We're
think we
not
can-
keeping it as a trophy, though.
Sneak past her?
And I mean, we don't even have the head right now.
No, she's
Yeah, I
probably
don't know if
talking to
she's
the
noticed us
dragons.
yet.
Yeah, she's probably talking to the dragons.
Or she did notice us and we're about to get into a really, really bad situation. Let's move fast.
I guess we don't really have much options, so.
And
Yeah.
Tia's gonna start heading towards the camp.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rushing toward the
Cautiously.
camp. Rushing toward the camp as you do. You can see a wall of fire, one of Farah's signature spells, and can hear harsh, demonic screams as some creature of darkness ignites. As you rush forward, you start to see them. 20 feet tall. Stretched shadows. Skeletal. Dark. Creatures of murder and death. 1 of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them. One pushes its way into the fire, burning itself to the bone as it starts to peel apart the flames. And Tia, what's your armor class?
I'm close to Badia, right?
You are close to Fadia.
Okay. And I'm humanoid, so 19.
Okay, that is going to be the finger of... That's a 29 to hit you.
Can we see this or no?
You cannot. Coalescing out of the darkness behind you, a huge creature with spiraling horns and a mouth made for chewing flesh rises out and rises out of the shadow that you are leaving behind you as you run. And there is a screech as it reaches out, preparing to do... Ooh, that's going to be 68 points of necrotic damage to Tia as it reaches into her, when suddenly there's going to be a flash of energy as silvery motes of light slash through the air. And the attack is going to miss as time undulates for a minute around the casting of silvery barbs. And there, as you realize what happens behind you, there's a swirl of misty energy that appears directly behind you. A billowing cloak obscures your vision as a large, well-built man with long brown hair cascading down to his shoulders stands between you and this creature. In his arms, you can see that he is holding an immense magical rod sculpted out of platinum and ivory, tipped with a long, sharp blade. He turns and looks at you. You all right, Miss Tia? And you can barely recognize him. But that's the chosen one.
Beepo?
I think I'm gonna call game there. Beepo Nevilled. And that is going to be our episode for tonight, guys. Welcome back to the Shards of Nyrn.
Man.
You can see why I was like...
People trying to kill Snipe from me, I see.
Yeah! Beepo does everything.
You won't win the T award, Kelly. Jarund and Fadia will take on Beepo.
I don't know. He is the chosen one. We'll see. Anyway, hey folks, thank you so much for tuning into the episode of the Shards of Nyrn. We're a little shorter tonight because Robin has to drive for like 6 hours tomorrow, but we'll be back.
And I have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
This was worth it, right? You guys love the angst.
Yeah.
You love the angst.
It's true. The angst is great.
This is why I told you, I'm glad this episode's a little shorter because there's so much angst that I'm like, I feel like this would just be a lot. Yeah, a lot to handle. But I'm happy we're back, and you get to go plant a god. Assuming that you beat a bunch of very high-level agents of Hisk.
Oh my
And
god.
Hisk herself?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But we'll see next time on the Shards of Nyrn. Hey, a big thank you to everybody who supports us over on Patreon. You guys are all amazing, and I love you so much. I want to start with our divine producers, my mom, hi mom, and Shaikon Day Vermillion. I also want to thank our demonic producer, Sorcerer Sanguine, our wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin Crusher, Urquhart, and Big Nut, our monster makers, Soul Omen and Larouk, and our High Council, Taryn, Dustin, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Chef Eladeth, Mike Baxter, Brian Kaler, Nerdy Metal Gent, Grumpy Owl, Cody, and Doug. You guys are all phenomenal. Thank you so much for tuning in and for supporting us. Also, our new book, Ozric's Histories of Heroism, is available at DriveThruRPG / Dungeon Masters Guild right now. Please be the 4th person to buy it. I would really appreciate that, because that would be just absolutely wonderful. And yes, Soul Omen, you are absolutely correct. Beepo pulled a Sun Jinwoo and went solo leveling. Also, he's strangely older than he should be. I just want to put that out there. He's like at least like in his late 20s, early 30s now.
He went to the Feywild.
Yep.
Did he have a training, like...
He had a training arc.
Montage in the Feywild.
Yeah.
Training arc.
Time moves
Wait.
differently.
A leveling arc?
He had a leveling arc by himself. That's not true. Menzel was there because Menzel is everywhere. I can't wait to see Menzel again. I feel like no matter what, Menzel doesn't age. He just is still like basically that. He's just that kid from Over the Garden Wall. Just like he's the Elijah Wood character from Over the Garden Wall forever in my mind. But with that, we'll see you next time, everybody. Good night.